Do you feel like more mothers are choosing to have the government assist them with raising their children than a man?
Yes.
Yes. And you feel like that if they had a choice, they wouldn't choose to be co-parenting with the father of their children. You don't think that they would prefer to have that help?
Goals, like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you... This is my question.
Okay.
Why... Do you want to have kids?
Hell no! She always say she don't want to have kids.
We gonna drink. I got too much shit to do.
But why? Okay, so you don't want to have kids. So, okay, you a different story. But you...
Okay.
You want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already going to be... You're planning to already bring this child into... And have a deficit in their life, right?
What's good, YouTube? This is KB the Flair. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got tonight's conversation, man. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So we got two videos here, man. We got one brother who is, like I said, for me, and this is just for me, it seemed like he's just saying stuff that appeases women, right? He's saying certain shit that appeases women. But we're going to get into that. And then you have the second video. I didn't watch much of it. But we also have the second video that is pretty much, do single mothers like government assistance over actually having a man to assist her, to help her take care of the kid that she has with him? A lot of you women love government assistance, right? They will prefer government assistance or being independent and strong over picking a man that is suitable for her child, right? Picking a man that is suitable for her child. But let's go ahead and jump into this video.
If you ain't got the capacity to handle a man that's still trying to find himself as a human being, don't deal with it.
Don't
deal with him. But you do not, and you should not, use that not being within your capacity as a reason to beat up the rest of us. Absolutely. Fellas, if you're not rocking with no woman with no kids, if you're not rocking with a woman who you think is a little too independent or masculine, whatever, cuz you got that right, G. If that's not in your bag, cool. But that does not give you the space and platform or podcast to sit up here talking about all women need to be this. Bro, your preference is not governance for everybody else. So deal with what's in your realm, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got it to do, don't do it. Cool. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
Last part, you didn't need to say it because once again, red pill content and the manosphere, nobody's jumping on the internet to sit up here and say, well, you know what, hey, I believe, hey, because I don't want to date a single mother, y'all shouldn't want to date a single mother. No, that doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. A lot of your men, the majority of your men, they're not going to want to deal with single mothers. That's just a fact. So we try to tell single mothers, be careful with the type of men that you lay down with, because we see far too many women jumping on the internet, bashing a bunch of black men. Y'all dussies, y'all don't take care of y'all kids, when in fact 70% of black men take care of their kids. But once again, women will glorify the 60% of white men who take care of their kids, right? And they will go and they will never talk about the 40% of white men who do not take care of their kids. But they will sit up here and harp on the 30% of black men who do not take care of their kids. And that's just beyond me.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
No man is jumping on the internet talking about, baby mothers this, baby mothers ain't shit, baby mothers ain't that, da. Nobody's doing that. Your majority of men are not jumping on the internet to bash single mothers, to bash women in general. But we have far too many women who believe they deserve a man who makes tons of fucking money, who's gonna wanna play stepdaddy and all that shit. So yes, men are gonna jump on the internet and say something about that because this shit's been going on for far too long. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about your Kevin Samuels. He's talking about your O'Shea Duke Jacksons. He's talking about me. He's talking about your Poor Man Podcast, your MTRs, your different perspectives. I mean, the list goes on. I know what he's talking about. And see, the thing is, he's a carefree type of guy. If y'all haven't, there was a video before where he said he like his women with a little bit of mileage.
And I know some women who is out here doing their whole thing. That has nothing to do with your principle for me. I can't speak for all men, you feel me? For some men, that's a turnoff. I like some miles on mine. I done been around that block a few times, you understand me? Like,
If a woman's submission is based on a man's leadership, then what is his ability to lead based on? Trip?
his ability to submit. I think we've already established that tone in this conversation. I think in order to be an effective leader, you need to know when to move out the way.
Oh, that's good. I like
Because, you know, and it's not to refute what anybody else is saying, but I don't think it's always the man who has the vision in a relationship, and I don't think it's always him that's supposed to. If let's say my lady is a lawyer, she pulling in 150 a year. The vision is clear. We're gonna need a few more years of what you got going on before we start talking about who I'm supposed to be and what I got going on. And if I need to lead by moving out of her way so she can accomplish some things to better us, then I need to be strong enough to do that.
Ooh.
So of course you're carefree. Of course you're going to be carefree. So of course you're going to be sitting over here saying, well, you know what? Hey, y'all men don't need to be talking about women who got tons of kids and this and that. Y'all don't need to be sitting over here trying to down them. Nah. That's not the case, brother. That's not the case. And he might be referencing something else, but nonetheless, it ain't hard to tell that he's talking about podcasts like this. Podcasts like O'Shea Jackson and all these other ones. Generally speaking, your men are not going to want women who are ran through. That is a fact, and he knows that. But you know what? Hey, we got to appease to the women because he seems like a woman pleaser, right? He loves to appease women. But the thing is, majority of men are not going to accept that, right? The majority of your men are not going to accept that. The majority of your men in general, are not sitting up here calling women broke, dusty. Your woman, your sisters are calling your black men broke, dusty, don't take care of their kids. Can't do shit, this and that. And it's like, as he said, how about you stop dealing with those type of guys? Because those are the type of guys that you're attracting, and those are the type of guys that you're laying down with, which is why we have so many single mothers in the black community, because of the men that they choose to lay down with. So yes, sometimes it happens. Oh, well, it was a slip up. Great, that's fine, right? That's fine. But at the end of the day, take accountability for that, and don't be jumping on the Kendra G show or the Kevin Samuels show. Now, I know brother Kevin Samuels ain't here, but once again, you just go back and go look at his shit. It speaks for itself. But don't be coming on the Kendra G show, oh, well, my baby daddy this, my baby daddy that. Oh, well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, that's why we ain't together. A lot of your sisters, a lot of your women like to curve accountability and try to put it on the man. And, oh, well, it wasn't my fault, it was his fault, it was this, it was that. No, it was yours, right? It was yours. But this is also why you need two sides of the sword. But it was your fault. If a woman can't even take accountability for the men that she laid down with, for the men that she had kids with, for the bad decisions that she had in her past, she's just not fit to be she's not fit to be a girlfriend. She's not fit to be a wife. That's a preference for a lot of men. Not having a woman not being ran through, being passed around, a woman sitting over here, men having tons of kids. A lot of your men will tell you they don't want to deal with that. But you know what? Hey, we got to appease women, right? We got to say, hey, well, it ain't just you women. It's going to be men too. Like, come on, man. It's an easy cop-out. Once again, he's a woman pleaser.
do you feel like more mothers are choosing to have the government assist them with raising their children than a man?
Yes.
Yes. And you feel like that if they had a choice, they wouldn't choose to be co-parenting with the father of their children. You don't think that they would prefer to have that help?
Well, you got to look at it like this.
Obviously not. If we constantly seeing black women having tons of kids and rolling through them Walmart with an EBT card. I mean, I can't tell y'all how many. I used to work at Walmart. I used to do cashier, and I can't tell y'all how many times I've seen sisters come up here with kids on top of kids on top of kids on top of kids with EBT cards. I can't tell you how many times I've been seeing women on the internet talking about, yeah, I got EBT cards, yeah, this, that. Yeah, man, I'm getting child support from this nigga. A lot of your sisters talk about child support when it comes down to black men. Your black men don't play child support. They don't want to take care of their kids, this and that. And it's like it's just real funny. It's just real freaking funny to me that a lot of your sisters sit up here and say when a black man say, hey, well, you know, I take care of my kid, I pay my child support, I make sure my kid good, I buy him some shoes, that ain't good enough, boom, boom, boom. But then when a guy don't want to pay child support, a woman jump over here, and a sister will jump over here and say, well, you not even taking care of your kids. You ain't buying him shit. You don't buy him nothing. If I don't buy him anything, that makes me a deadbeat. But even if I do pay child support and buy him something, somehow still I'm still a deadbeat, right? Money doesn't mean nothing. So it just doesn't make no sense. If money didn't mean anything, you wouldn't need my child support. But once again, you will see a lot of sisters having food stamps, bunch of kids on their hips, being okay with being a single mother, having that government assistance. A lot of your women love that shit. A lot of your women love that shit. Prime example, you had light-skinned Keisha. She was on the show. I'ma always show this because this is just a prime example. This is how a lot of your sisters think.
Like, oh, he finna be cheating or he finna be fucking with somebody else, then that's not the one for you. Right. But what's your end goals? Like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
You want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you, this is my question.
Okay.
Why, do you want to have kids?
Hell no!
She always say she don't want to have kids.
You better drink. I got too much shit to do.
But why, okay, so you don't want to have kids. So, okay, you a different story. But you,
Okay.
you want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already going to be, you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right?
I mean, I feel like if I find the right person, we could get married. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith in
But do you have to
these
find
niggas.
the right person to have the baby?
I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on their responsibility.
Really? That is very interesting.
I just rather cater to a child than
a husband.
And when you're a wife,
You don't need to get married.
no, but when just think, when you're a wife, you're a
Hey,
wife,
yeah.
you're a mom. You still have to find time to be yourself, and I'd rather just find time to be a mom and just be myself as of right now. And
Well, I get it.
I'm gonna tell this nigga's on high.
it's just I'd rather be a mom right now. So
That's a very interesting point of view.
Yeah.
No, I get the take. I respect the take a lot. I'm not gonna hold you.
I think a lot of women have
But for
that
me,
point of
because
view, but they don't really
for
say
me,
it.
I have a very big support system, like family wise, and I've just like been through situations and know women that have done certain things purposely, where they're a mom, like basically like they went to a sperm bank. You know, they did everything,
wow.
and they're just purposely moms.
You can't make this shit up.
And then once again, you got this brother over here, right? Oh, you really think they would rather have government assistance than co-parenting? Once again, you're trying to appease women. Of course you know that. Of course you know that. A lot of men be trying to get in their kids' lives, and a lot of women make it so hard for them to be in the kids' life that the men just say, "Fuck it, I don't even want to do it no more." Right? Once again, y'all see all the celebrity receipts that I have. A lot of your black men try to fight to be around their kid, or be around their daughter, be around their son, and the mother won't allow it. You see that a lot in the black community, right? It ain't some of these men who aren't in their kids' life. It's not because they don't want to be, but a lot of these sisters tend to be very spiteful. A lot of women in general tend to be very spiteful. They will use their kid as a weapon against the baby father. That's a fact. But we're gonna try to appease the women and say, well, you don't think they don't allow you don't think they don't want co-parenting? You think they just want government assistance? Yes. Go to your local Walmart and see what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm talking about marriage. So they're preferring to go against marriage and just be.
I was married.
And I stand by what I'm going to say now.
Okay.
Even the women that do receive that assistance, I argue it's the absent fathers that is actually receiving the assistance. Because the government is only doing the job that they're neglecting to do. So if you sit here and you say that women are getting WIC and Title IX and this, that, and the other, actually it's the fathers that's getting it, because if they was given more than 35.
You know, and I'm gonna try to start getting more of these videos, because it just cut off right there. But I'm gonna try to get more of these videos. Probably need to actually pay for this shit so I can. But you know, I think when I get hit with copyright, I don't know. Y'all let me know, man, because you know I would have to pay to see that, and I don't want to put this shit all out there and get hit with a copyright. Oh well, you know, this and that. But like I said, appeasing women. appeasing women, right? You're talking about the absent fathers. Once again, 70% of black men take care of their kids. This is what Daphne got on his ass about in the first place, trying to appease women. This is what she's talking about.
Ace Metaphor, I've looked at your content, and when I go on your Instagram, a lot of your videos, majority of them, you're talking about men, toxic men, toxic men. So my first question to you, why? How come I don't see the same energy when it comes to toxic women?
I don't have that passion. That's not my passion nor my experience.
You try to sit up here and appease freaking women all goddamn day. And you're talking about absent fathers. You're talking about the 30% of black men who aren't in their kids' lives. And then we're going to go and cut that in half. So you're talking about what? 15% of black men who are literally not choosing to be in their kids' life? What about the 15% of black men who want to be in their kids' life but can't because you have a spiteful baby mother? A lot of your sisters choose to be single mothers. That's a fact. Bro, I can't tell you how many times back in middle school and high school I heard black women say, man, forget the baby father. I just want to have the kid. You have a lot of women who think just like that damn girl. But once again, we're going to have this brother over here who's saying, oh, well, I think it's just the absent fathers. They're making it easy for the absent fathers. Like, bro, of course, for a single mother, it's going to be harder for her because she has to take care of those kids. But nonetheless, that's the man that you pick, right? And number two, we're living in a culture, man, where a lot of women don't mind being single mothers. You look at Jada Chavez or whatever her name is. She is a single mother. She's a baby mama, right? To who? To little baby. Instead of being a wife, you rather be a baby mother. Look at all of these. Look at all of these baby mothers. Ari Fletcher, you rather be a baby mother than be somebody's wife. But y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.